What is up, guys? In today's video, we're going to be spectating random players in Fortnite Build. Once again, as always, if you guys do find this video helpful, informative, interesting, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you like to see more, and comment down below what you would rate Chapter 5 Season 1 out of 10, because we are getting very close to the end of the season. Next week's update should be the last major update of Chapter 5 Season 1. And the new season starts March 8th. So we only have a few more weeks left in this season. And let me know what you guys would rate this season out of 10. I'm not sure what I would give it. I would have to really think about it. This personally has not been one of my favorite seasons for sure. But it definitely was interesting. I think we're gonna go fencing this game. I'm trying to think of like what POI would be hot with this bus path. And lavish was first, but I think I went lavish in the last one of these videos I made. I've also gone fencing a lot in these videos, but that's just kind of the nature of trying to, like, you know, spectate someone who's pretty active. Is they tend to land at like the hot POIs and stuff. And it'll be much more entertaining to watch people fight at fencing than it would be to like just like land out here and spectate someone that is playing a little bit more like slow and reserved. When I land here, I like landing at this spot, and pretty often I land there and then immediately have to fight somebody in this building, so. Come on, brother. Why do they always troll? I don't even know. Llamas be gaming. Alrighty then. I swear, when I'm actually playing, it's not like that. Maybe I need to pick up a gun and run at them first and like shoot a little bit. So you think they'd just like, you know, kill you and then go about their day. There's some people fighting on the edge here. I don't think this fight is very important though, personally. Maybe it could be because there isn't very many people that landed here. But I think this is likely an AI, and by focusing on this, he has his back to the rest of the POI. He's losing out on timing looting the POI, and so it's just making his life a lot harder. This like one kill on the AI isn't very important. Because now if there is another player fencing, they've had more time to loot and more time to get ready for the boss fight, while the player that we're spectating has just kind of been doing nothing. And that little bit of timing is very important in early game. And see, now they're going to go back to fencing anyways. It's nice to get the fish, but they used them right away to heal. There was a slurp truck near where they already were that would have been a better source of heals if that's something they wanted to go for. On the hoverboard. There's also barrels in that building. I think this onesie is also an AI. They're moving weird. They got the riot shield though. The spectator is so weird on the 4X. Again, I don't think this kill is crucial. Their loot is not great. Like, they had 3 AR shots. Double shotgun also isn't the greatest. The boss is emoting on him like he emoted on me after I let him pump me. It's going to be hard to eliminate the boss here, though, with just shotguns, and then these grenades are going to do so much more damage to you. I'm about to switch off this player. That's why I never use the clingers on the boss. Every time like I'm at these boss locations, people tell me to use the clingers, but I feel like it's more trouble than it's worth. The new Enforcer AR. They could drink this big pot and then go to the little house. It's going to be hard for them to do that now because somebody else is pulling up in a car. But that little house out there, this is bad. The person is coming from his right. He's going to die here. Like, you heard that person pull up in the car. Just a third party and it's GG's. Guess that wasn't an AI. The way they were initially moving, I thought they were, though. And think about how much more time that player would have had to like loot in this area and potentially eliminate the boss if they didn't go and eliminate that AI on the outskirts of the POI. Like, timing matters so much early game. And I think getting yourself to a decent amount of loot, but also putting yourself in a position to maybe take advantage of other players not having as much loot, or like taking out a lot of the threats of the POI. I think it's pretty important. I thought this player was an AI though. They were moving so weird earlier. Like when they were like walking up to the zip line, the way their character was moving was just like bizarre. There is another player that just ziplined across, so you could like briefly hear it. And so this person should know that there's definitely another player coming from that side of the POI if they did hear it. And I don't think fighting these guards here is bad. Even if they did hear that zipline and know that other player's on the way, baiting that player into thinking they're going to third party you would be nice. Did his controller die? What's going on? Come on, bro. Get the program. I don't know if the guards will take that zipline, though. I know for a fact I heard it. I don't like using the shotgun on the boss. Sometimes I will if it's Oscar and I'm about to get the mythic auto shotgun. But I feel like using your auto shotgun on the boss or the guards is rough because if you get third partied, it's not loaded. And it's already not loaded. And I've talked about this countless times in videos this season, but the entire time I'm fighting these boss POIs, I'm just thinking about how I will respond to potential third parties. Because, you know, that's just kind of the nature of the vault POIs. People are always getting ready to third party. He still hasn't reloaded that shotgun, I don't think. And, like, he's had ample time to reload it. Okay, he's going to go for the pump. If that's something you want to do, that lady does always drop a purple pump. So, like I said, if I'm eliminating Oscar, sometimes I'll use my shotgun at the end just because I know I'm going to get his mythic anyways. But for the most part, I don't like using the auto shotgun on the bosses or the guards just because it leaves you more vulnerable to potential third parties. And these vault POIs are, you know, typically pretty ratty and typically pretty, like, third party centric. So just, like, the less you're making yourself vulnerable to potential third parties, the less, like, you know, you can get griefed by them. He's going to shut this door, I think. Okay. It's taken an absurd amount of time, but, like, I can understand that thought process. And fencing fields is the only vault where you can break the floor, which is pretty nice. Get that gold quickly, but also break the weapon racks. And if you guys didn't know, you get ammo by the weapons on the rack whenever you take it. So if you just break those weapon racks, you get more ammo in addition to the ammo on like the little, like the wall there. But I know some people are like typically always concerned about ammo, and you'll see here, there's heavy ammo that drops on that sniper. And then the same is true with the other weapons that will come here. And that stuff will break if you break the floor. Also, could have put his turret out in the front of the vault if he's worried about third partying. I'm not sure why they didn't customize the attachments on their weapons. Maybe they just don't care about pump attachments, which I could kind of understand. This is another spot where you could break the floor, and then you just have all these barrels. This is what I was talking about before, like when I was saying that guy could go to the little house after drinking his big pot. Could have gone there and got those barrels, but somebody immediately pulled up in a car. What I was going to say is, like, I don't know why they didn't put attachments on their guns. But it could just be that they don't care about pump attachments. And then you can't swap attachments on the mythic. I don't like the no heals, though. I think the turret is really not that good. And whenever I say this, people are outraged. But, like, most of the time I'm fighting somebody who throws a turret, I kill them before it starts shooting at me. And then if it's already placed, I kill them before it's done significant damage to me. I think the turret is a big problem if it takes you a very long time to get on target when fighting the opponent, or if you don't use cover at all when fighting. But if you're just going to stand out in the open while fighting the opponent, then it's going to be a problem. But, like, you should always be putting yourself near and around cover. And if you do that, I really don't think the turret is that great of an item. Especially in solos. It's a little bit better in duos or squads for sure. But, even then, like, I've played a decent amount of duos since it was released, and I do not think highly of that item, and I never have. Like, I feel like it's very much like a... Like, people use this term too much, but I think it is a skill issue. Like, I think it's something that is going to be more of a problem in, like, lower skill, like, matches, or, like, versus, like, newer players, you know? But I think if you're fighting someone very good, like, the turret is not really going to be that big of a deal. And so I would much rather carry heals than that. Also, they have no mobility now. The good thing about the current version of the game is they can solve this problem instantly. One of the turtle drops have a guaranteed Ninja Turtle item, but also a guaranteed pizza. And so they could get pizza and Ninja Turtle just from that one drop, and then they now have mobility and they now have healing. I also don't like that they didn't take a sniper in the vault, but, like, you know, some people don't like sniping. It is what it is, but I think it is very much the meta this season. And 1 medallion I don't think is enough to really warrant not using shields at all. Okay, now they got the sniper. They just have 5 guns. Got the clingers. Wow, the NPC is actually goated here. He's shooting him from across the map. GG's. And yeah, there's just, not surprised that player didn't last long there. And you see this person has a much more, what I would consider standard setup. They don't have the sniper. Okay, now they do. Maybe? Okay. I don't know what this person is doing. I don't think there's much of a purpose in having the Hyper SMG and the Striker AR at the same time. I feel like they overlap a lot in how you're going to use them. Especially if you're going to carry a drum shotty, I really don't think you need an SMG. Or you don't need an AR. Like, I feel like one or the other. And then carry a sniper. And again, you might not like sniping and that's fine. But like, the snipers are very good this season. And I feel like nobody can deny that. If I was this player, I would still want to go for one of the turtle drops. If they like using the grapple blade, that's fine. I personally prefer the turtle mythic to the grapple blade. But I think undeniably pizza is just better than minis. And like I said, it's guaranteed pizza. And that's one of the nice things about the turtle update, I think, is that like I was trying to say there, if you don't have mobility or you don't have heals, you can open up your map and there's a very easy solution. Like, okay, here's a pizza and mobility item. This guy's emoting, thinking that he's taunting the player he eliminated, but he's taunting me. The car right in front of him. Your shotgun shelter, not a big deal. You have 158 shotgun bullets, man. You're fine. Not sure what he's doing. I didn't even know this person was there. They probably had visual audio on that or something. Also, for some reason, the spectator is like bugged sometimes with attachments, and like the Mythic Striker AR, like it has a suppressor on it, but it won't in like spectator replay mode for some reason. What I'm interested to see with this player is if they ever use the SMG, and if they end up in a situation where they like can't participate in the fight because they don't have the sniper. Because I think again, snipers are very common this season, and you have a lot of fights that play out around them, especially in solos, and I just don't see the SMG being that impactful. But a lot of players see Mythic and then they can't help but take it. They're using the SMG, but they shouldn't have to there. That should have been a kill. I don't know what happened there. Their shotgun isn't loaded. I don't like that reposition. I think if he wants, I think he was fine, honestly, because the other player left. But even if they do want to get out of there, I think getting to your car would have been the play. There is another medallion player that's pulling up over here. I think that needs to be the focus. And this is potentially the Lavish medallion player. Just because we are around Lavish. Let me open the map. So yeah, I expect this to be Lavish. So going into this fight, I would want to avoid just like a straight up auto shotgun fight. Because if you're fighting a Lavish player, they have the Mythic auto. And you can definitely beat it with a lower rarity one, but it's like you don't want to force that. This chase is not good. They might get the kill, but again, they were already getting third-partied by somebody else. Unless they get the kill like immediately, I think it's not worth chasing this. Because now that other player is just going to have an easier time third-partying this if they want to. He's going to get into a 50-50, or never mind. I was going to say he's probably going to get into a 50-50 auto shotgun fight here and then take more damage. And then be even more vulnerable. Yeah. No, he's even more vulnerable to that third party. If he wins this fight, great. But nothing's loaded, and GG's. To be fair, I was critical of their SMG choice, and it could have saved them there. But that, I think that's mainly just on them missing so many auto shotgun shots. But that is why you do not want to get too tunnel visioned and chase people. Especially in this meta, with the Ninja Turtle Mythics, people are very good at running away, or just it's very easy to run away with the Ninja Turtle Mythics, and just how much mobility there is in the game right now. Over chasing like that can be an easy death sentence, and I saw that one coming from like a mile away. I'm surprised this player didn't just get immediately third-partied, because the other medallion player that's at that house over there that was sniping the previous player we were spectating in the back, like, that is the best case scenario situation for them, like, ever. Like, okay, you're sniping somebody in the back, you hit them, and then they're chasing somebody that they have weak, and then they have a 50-50 auto shotgun fight. Like, you just pull up late to that fight, and you have a free kill. This is stressful. They might not know that there was that sniper at the house, but they should definitely know that somebody's there because of the medallion. Pizza is very good though. I would rather have shieldfish than the pizza, but it's harder to come by shieldfish, you know? If you're like this late in the game and you need heals, it's hard to be picky and get shieldfish, but the Ninja Turtle drops are so prevalent, like I was saying, that it's... Oh shoot, I didn't mean to switch. I was like confused on what just happened. But the Ninja Turtle drops are so common that you can just easily get a pizza, which is very nice. And if you are at an area with the turtle vending machines, you can buy a pizza for 100 gold. Which is pretty crazy, because a big pot is 125. Not sure what this player is doing. They have a delivery for somebody in this bush. I would much rather carry slices, just because, like, it's faster to use. And if you're fighting somebody that's, like, pressuring you, having to throw the pizza down and then look at the box and eat the slices could be the difference maker, like, in that fight. If you like carrying the pizza box, that's fine. But I'd rather just throw it down and carry 4 slices. I think this player could theoretically carry slices and the boxes and drop their med kit, and that'd be fine. They also do have medallions. So maybe they're more concerned about having the white heals for that reason, because they have, I think, 2 or 3 medallions. I think it's 2. Still have what is likely the Lavish player probably rotating into them, but they might not and just continue to stay on the hill. I'm surprised with that other medallion player, though. Like, I don't know what that person was doing. Especially after they hit the snipe, you think they would have been incentivized to chase that. I would get in this car here, and then, not this car, I would get the G-Wagon, and then I would try to drive around in this area and figure out where this medallion player is. And then once I find them, like, play accordingly. This is not great. They have Turtle Mythic, though, so they can reposition easily. I would want to get to the right, so this is rough. This is very bad. I think if he Turtle Mythic over to the left over here, like where those trees were, I think that would have been a much better, like, spot to, like, play that fight out. This is the person with the Lavish medallion that I was talking about. But yeah, just 50-50ing with no early damage like that is rough with the auto shotgun. And there might be times where you have to 50-50 or whatever. It's hard to plan away and never have any 50-50 fights like that, but just, like, the player we were spectating very easily could have just, like, used their Turtle Mythic to go to cover and then play the fight out from there, rather than, like, playing to have a fight where they're just standing out in the open versus the Mythic auto shotgun. And, like, they can't know for certain that it's the Mythic auto shotgun, you know? But like I talked about earlier, I was somewhat certain that the medallion player that was in this area was the Mythic, or was the Mythic auto shotgun. Or actually, they could have known for 100% certainty, because they had the fencing and reckless medallion, right? And then you see here the Grand Glacier and Peter, no one has it, and so they can know for sure that that other medallion is the Oscar medallion. And then, you know, maybe they have the Mythic, maybe they don't, but, like, chances are if you're fighting somebody that you know has the Oscar medallion, you can just somewhat assume that they have the Mythic auto. And that is one of the... Something I try to keep in mind during a game. It's like, which medallion player I'm likely about to fight. And sometimes it's, like, off if you end up fighting fencing in a spot where you thought it was going to be Lavish. Especially later on in the game, it's hard to predict. But, just knowing which Mythic the person is likely to have can be helpful. Because, you know, like I talked about, you don't want to force a 50-50 auto shotgun fight versus the Mythic auto shotgun. Like, it's just not ideal. This player is also choosing to carry medkits over shield, and that can be fine, but they only have 3 medallions, and so 3 medallions heals you up to 70, and it takes a little while to start healing you anyways. And the reason why I really don't like that is because a lot of fights in this season play out around snipers, and so if you get sniped and pushed, it's not going to matter that you have the medallion, and then, like, your medkit isn't going to come into play. So I'm just typically someone that would always rather carry shield over white, such as kind of how I am. Earlier on in the season, when the medallions were very, very good, I think you could definitely make a case for this. But we'll see if it comes back to bite him. I would be surprised if it does. I kind of expect this person to win the game at this point in time. But, like, we'll see. Look, like, I wish this person would push with a turtle mythic. If that person was pushing him with a turtle mythic, look at how much shield he's regenerated. 20. Like, that person would have already been on him and, like, auto shotgunning him, you know? And being able to just reposition with your own turtle mythic and then immediately eat pizza slices and get some HP back, I think would be very good. And so it comes back to, it doesn't come back to bite him because that person down there didn't have a turtle mythic or they just chose not to push. But if that person low ground there played aggro off a turtle mythic, then this player is back to the lobby, I think, certainly. Relying on only medallion heals is not great in situations where you get sniped. And with how common snipers are, like, there's a non-zero chance that that's going to happen. Especially if you're fighting, you know, somebody decent. They're going to go for the flopper here, I think, instead of... Wait, they're going to sit and storm and then eat the flopper to heal and then late rotate away, I guess. Which, it can work, but I don't know why. Like, I don't think he should feel pressured at all. That person sniped him and then didn't push off it whatsoever. Like, I feel like this is kind of pointless. Like, I feel like they've seen somebody make a storm rotate before and they're like, alright, I gotta do that. But I don't know what the point of that was. I thought maybe they were gonna drop their med kit for the flopper. That person died in storm. 3 opponents remain. One's right in front of him at that rock to his right. Oh, shoot. And we'll see. If that person chose to push, would the medallion have healed him any relevant amount? Not really. Like, he got very lucky that that card started pushing that player. This is a good spot, though. But I think if this fight didn't immediately start popping off, he's back in the lobby. Before his medallion has healed any, like, relevant amount of health. Again, the mobility this season is just, there's a lot of it. And so, yeah, there's, like, very fortunate that this player has been sniped twice and then not pushed. Did get zoned, though. So, if you're in this player's shoes, I think you want to get deep in a zone. I don't think you want to sit on the edge here because he's not going to stop anybody from getting in with how much mobility there is in the game. He might have forecast, though, and then know where the zone after this is going to be and then, like, play accordingly. But if it is like one person, then maybe you can hold them. But with 3 opponents remaining, I think you want to just get deep into the new area where you know you're probably going to be alone and then play from there. Because everybody is going to kind of push in on this edge. And then you're going to have like this where like someone just like lands on you and auto shotguns. Luckily, that person left. Now he's getting grenaded by a bot. Okay, this is good. But like when you have these moving zones, playing edge of new, unless you know for certain you can end the game by holding the lobby like that, I feel like you run a decent chance of just getting hopped on. And again, I feel like this player has been very fortunate because like bad things keep happening to them, but it like doesn't matter. Like they got sniped twice and not pushed. That guy jumped on him with an auto shotgun and then like left the bush. Like you tell me, guys, if you're in a bush like that and someone hops on you with an auto shotgun, they're just like biting you to the death. Oh no, that was unfortunate. That was just barely off. You don't want to force this fight. Then the other person will third party. This is, I mean, I'm like, don't even feel like talking because everything I say is just wrong. But like having a 50-50 auto shotgun fight when it's a 1v1v1 like that is not the greatest. Luckily, he did it without taking much damage, and he does have the mythic, so there's a fair amount of, like, he has a drum mag on it. But if he took more damage in that fight, it would have been an even easier situation for this other player to clean up. I think once he hits that snipe, or like once he doesn't hit the snipe on that Hope skin, you probably just want to let that go. Because when it's a 1v1v1, if you got a fight and it's not clean, you're going to get third partied and then it's probably going to be GG's. But that is going to be it for this video. I hope you guys found this helpful, informative, interesting. As always, if you did, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you like some more, comment down below what you would rate Chapter 5, 1 to 10. And I feel like that game just really shows that, like, I've talked about this countless times, but, like, Fortnite is a game where you can do a lot of things wrong and still win. And you can do a lot of things right and still lose. I feel like there was a lot of mistakes that went unpunished there, and a lot of ways in which that player is kind of leaving themselves open to those mistakes, and like the other players in the lobby just didn't capitalize on it. But that's gonna be it for this. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.